Welcome to this introduction on the trimmed mean. In statistics, we often look for the center of a dataset, but sometimes the usual methods have flaws. Today, we will explore the trimmed mean, a powerful tool that offers a smart compromise between the common average and the median, giving us a more accurate picture of our data. First, let's talk about the arithmetic mean, or what we usually just call the average. It is the most popular way to find the center of data, but it has a major weakness. It is very sensitive to outliers. Imagine a group of people with average height, but then a giant enters the room. That one extreme value pulls the average up, making it look like everyone is taller than they actually are. This can be misleading. To fix this, we often use the median. The median is simply the middle number when you line up all your data. It is fantastic because it ignores extreme values completely. If the largest number in your list doubles or triples, the median stays exactly the same. However, the downside is that the median ignores the actual values of most of the data points, focusing only on their rank or position. This is where the trimmed mean comes in. It is designed to be the best of both worlds. The definition is simple. We calculate the average, but only after removing a certain percentage of the very smallest and very largest values. By cutting off the extremes, we focus on the core of the data. So why should you use it? 2 reasons. First, robustness. Like the median, the trimmed mean is safe from outliers. A few bad data points won't distort your result. Second, efficiency. Unlike the median, which might only look at one middle number, the trimmed mean uses a large portion of your data to calculate the average, giving you a more comprehensive summary. Calculating it is straightforward. Step 1 is to order your data from smallest to largest. You cannot skip this step. Step 2 is to determine your K value. K is the number of data points you need to remove from each end. You calculate this by multiplying your total number of items by the percentage you want to trim. Once you have K, step 3 is to physically remove that many numbers from the start of your list and the same number from the end of your list. Finally, step 4 is to take the remaining numbers, the ones in the middle, and calculate their average just like you normally would. Let's look at an example. Here we have a data set with numbers 10, 12, 11, 13, another 12, and a massive outlier of 100. If we take the regular mean, that 100 pulls the average up to 26.3, which doesn't represent the group well. But if we use a trimmed mean and remove the smallest and largest values, the outlier disappears. The average becomes 12, which is a perfect representation of the core group. You see, trimmed means everywhere in the real world. In sports like gymnastics or diving, the highest and lowest judge scores are dropped to prevent a biased judge from influencing the result. In economics, inflation rates are often calculated using a trimmed mean to ignore volatile price swings in things like oil or food, giving a clearer picture of the economy's health. To wrap up, remember that the trimmed mean balances stability and inclusiveness. It works by slicing off a percentage of extremes from both ends. It is the go-to tool for handling data with outliers or errors, and it is the standard in fields ranging from international sports to global economics.
If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit codelucky.com for more such useful content.